So does eliminating gluten and dairy actually help with psoriasis? So for me, the proof is in the pudding. It's actually been working for me. I'll show you a spot here that it was one of my biggest spots that anyways I could see, you know, spots are all over my body, but this was one of the biggest ones that I had about a year ago on my leg. As you can see, it's red, and then, you know, it's very big. It's about the size of a quarter. It was actually pretty big. And then you can see here now that it is reduced, it's gone. There's a few other little spots. So for me, you know, psoriasis it's a graph, or it's if you look at a chart, if you follow the stock market or anything else like that, it's not just a straight line down. So my psoriasis symptoms will reduce. They might spike up a little bit, then they'll reduce. They might spike up a little bit, go sideways for a little bit, and then reduce. But since I started going gluten and dairy free, overall, my symptoms have significantly reduced and I have seen less spots. One of the biggest things for me is I don't feel it anymore. You know, if you have psoriasis, depending on how severe it is, it burns, it itches, it's painful. You know it's there. I live in Colorado where it's cold. In the winter, it was always the worst because I would get goosebumps, and just in that cold weather period throughout the winter, my psoriasis would really let me know it's there. I say it's talking to me. It would just burn and itch all winter long. Clothes that I wore, static electricity, I could just feel all that stuff in my clothes that I was wearing, and it was very uncomfortable. Since I went gluten and dairy free, I don't feel it anymore. The only reason I know I have psoriasis is because I can see it. However, I do not feel it anymore. I don't notice it anymore. There are a few exceptions. I have tried some different things while on the gluten and dairy free diet. I have introduced or eaten some dairy. Ice cream was one of my favorite treats. I have tried to eat that, and almost immediately I can feel it. Like my psoriasis starts to flare up, it burns, it itches. So nothing like it used to be, but definitely I can tell now when I eat dairy, such as ice cream. So I've eliminated that. One thing that I'm doing now is sticking gluten and dairy free, and then I am just reducing any type of processed foods. So I'm just going to eat at home as much as possible, using whole fresh ingredients, lean meats, fruits, vegetables, and just be in control as much as possible of the different type of processed foods, any preservatives and things like that that are in my food. I'm not going to overly obsess about it. You know, when the family wants to go out to eat and stuff like that, you know, there's some mental benefits and other aspects to why that needs to happen as well. Also, the relationship that I'm building with food has become a little bit unhealthy. I keep looking at food as something bad, like it's going to hurt me or harm me. And so I'm just trying to get in a good spot where I'm managing my symptoms, and I know that the gluten and dairy-free diet is helping me, but also not overly obsessing about it to where, you know, I'm really stressed out about it. And my mental state, you know, my mental health is important as well. And it's food is really something that we revolve around, celebrations, everything. You know, food is usually the center of something, so I don't want to make it like it's a bad thing. You know, food is food. I will eat it. It feeds the soul. And so, but overall, you know, I have seen some great benefits. So thank you again for following me along on this journey. The, you know, final step is hopefully to get rid of it completely, or at least very, very minimal. I think I'm probably about halfway there. So I will continue to share as long as you are willing to check in. Feel free to subscribe or just check back in on a regular basis. So there we have it. Again, my name is Drew. I'll see you in the next one.